right, make sure you grab yourself a snack, make sure you grab yourself a drink because we're about to go over the whole entire experience of It's All a Blur tour by Drake and 21 Savage. I went to Dallas night 2. So I'm going to talk about the whole experience I had there, what ended up happening, kind of the things that I saw, the things that was like fun, what I didn't like. So we'll get to it. So make sure you strap in, make sure you get your stuff ready for this. We're about to get into it. Let's go. So first off, I got to say this, man. Drake has to be one of my favorite artists of all time, if not the favorite artist. I'm not a Drake stan. Doesn't mean that I like every single Drake song, but I do enjoy most of his tracks. I do enjoy most of his albums. You know, I will cop the recent releases once they come out. I will listen to them and kind of debate and talk about them as well. So when it came to this concert, this was going to be my first time viewing him. This was my first experience, watching the man live. So I have been to multiple tours before or multiple shows before of other people, but this was going to be me first time seeing him. It was really awesome to get the chance to go see him live, man. Thanks to my girl. She was able to cop some tickets. Shout out to you, man. It was freaking awesome, dude. We were sitting like near the nosebleeds, but it was still good. The building was electrifying. The whole entire building was excited. The whole building, you could feel it, man. Everyone was so excited. The streets were filled. By the way, I'm not originally from Dallas. I'm actually from San Antonio, but currently live in Laredo, Texas. So it was definitely a drive up there. It took us kind of like 10 hours to get up there because we kind of met some family along the way when we went back to San Antonio. We also kind of stopped by Buc-ee's. You got to always do that once you're heading towards the San Marcos, Austin area. Of course, we had to stop by the Buc-ee's, but overall it took us a while to get over there. So, but it wasn't too bad. Traffic was all right. So it was a whole thing and a whole experience to getting over there in the first place. So man, we waited for so long to get to this point. At first, it was supposed to be like months before, but he ended up, rescheduling a lot of dates, adding some dates. So when it finally came down to it, we had to, this was the day, this was the week to head out there. So overall, man, my expectations were kind of high, especially because we're paying high ticket prices for, Drake. So you're hopefully, at least what I had in mind was hopefully, making sure that this was going to be good. Hopefully he doesn't cancel. Hopefully nothing ends up happening on our end on personal life. So for everything to kind of line up was amazing, So once we got there, we got there a couple days before, so we kind of just did some Dallas touring around. I've never been to Dallas. I am a Texas native, but never went out of my way to get out there. So we got to see a couple things, and it was all right. It was pretty cool. A lot of traveling, guys. A lot of traveling in Dallas. And also Dallas and Fort Worth. There's so many like different sections of that area. Like it's all so much, and like the toll fees, guys. Like if you're traveling out there, I don't know. I've never experienced what a toll is. So basically what it is, just to give a little bit of an explanation, I guess some part of the city ends up taking some charge of your car and like taking pictures of it. And then all of a sudden you get charged later down the month, or I don't know exactly how it works, but basically in order for you to have a faster way to get to places, the freaking city charges you to do that. I've never seen that in my entire life. Come on, Dallas, what are you doing? I guess you gotta, finance things. That is true capitalism right there, monopolizing even the highways or the expressways as well. So, whoa, that was kind of crazy seeing that for the first time. Like, I never even knew that was a thing. So, it was pretty crazy traveling around. But overall, the day came. I can't remember what day it was. I think it was a Friday. It was a Friday. We went out there. We got ready. We were heading out. We're so excited for this Drake concert. The streets were packed, guys. The streets were packed. It took a while to get there. Once we got to the area, which was, I think, the American Airlines Arena. And, man, that whole thing was packed. People were screaming out, Drake, 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 from the car. Like, it was crazy, man. A lot of people were definitely on the edge. Parking, as always, when you go to events like this or anything that's kind of popping off at the moment, parking is a bitch, It's really hard to go find some parking, but we were able to do it. We actually secured parking. When you guys go to events like this, there's always people who like buy a section of land, and then all of a sudden they're so close to the airline, or they're so close to the concert or whatever it is that's going on there, and they kind of sell you a parking space for like $40. We ended up snagging the last parking space there. We just ended up paying because we're literally a minute away. It was like a minute walk. It was up the street. So you know what? Who cares, man? We came out here. We were all the way out here. We're kind of already tired. It's been our third day there. travel this far. Let's just, just pay it. Might as well. By the way, it's Drake. This is something that's gonna be like a big event for us, man. We won't know until we get another chance to see him when he ever goes on tour again or whatever, man. Just the fact of seeing Drake in the first place is an amazing experience. So yeah, so we ended up finding parking. We got out of there. We went towards the arena, which was massive, guys. Massive. But I'm subbing for San Antonio, so we have one called the AT&T Center. So it was kind of similar. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't like something I have never expected or I've never seen before. It was massive. It was definitely a great sized arena there. We got to the front pretty quickly. Everything moved quickly. It wasn't like a stampede. It wasn't crazy. Everybody was excited. You could tell. We got there just before 9 when he was going to come out. We saw, I guess, Central C was opening up for him. He was rapping out a little bit of his songs. We kind of got there by the end of what he was doing there. Then eventually, right after Central C, they got into the DJ booth or the DJ section, which was, they were kind of doing that a lot. They kind of have a little bit of music playing once the artist was kind of done performing, kind of intermission type of style. Central C was over there. And guys, this was before the SZA and Drake collab came out. So we actually got to preview it before it dropped. So it was amazing to hear that song for the first time in like this enormous stadium with everybody else. And man, that song bangs, bro. That song is fire, bro. I knew that song was gonna be fucking fire when I heard it at the stadium, and having everyone around you just kind of listening in, hearing everybody out. By the way, we were sitting so high up, like, man, my legs were shaking, guys. I'm afraid of heights. I actually get dizzy when it comes to being so high up there. So you guys got to understand, when I'm sitting up there, look, the fact that we had tickets, the fact that we were able to get into that building, the fact that people in Dallas who actually live there are residential people, were sitting outside at 7 a.m. trying to cop some tickets that they weren't able to get the day of. The fact that we had some, like, I don't really care where we were sitting. The fact that we were just in that building was amazing to me. And we were, man. So we ended up going so high up. I don't know what section we were, whatever. Man, my legs were shaking, dude. It was like looking down. It was like such a... I can't even explain it. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you ever gone to events, it's almost like you're like leaning forward and like the whole arena's below you. It was pretty gnarly, man. It was pretty scary, to be honest. But whatever, I got over it. Yeah, man. Central C ended up finishing up. The DJs ended up finishing up. Everyone went inside. The time came to 9 p.m., which is, he was supposed to come out at that time. Of course, nobody's on time. And I will be having some videos that we filmed out there, and I'll be placing it up during the editing so you guys can see kind of the experience we had here. Yeah, so it was like 9:10, 9:20. He still wasn't out, whatever. Everybody's kind of late. 9:30 coming around, and of course, 9:30 went around. Phone is pulled out because, we're kind of just waiting. Don't know when he's going to come out. And boom, out of a sudden, the whole entire arena erupts, bro. Erupts. And I'm like looking at my phone. I'm like, what the hell's going on? We're so high up. I'm tripping out, right? I'm having anxiety and panic attacks because I'm scared of heights. Fucking feeling dizzy and shit. So I'm just on my phone trying to pretend like I'm on the ground. And all of a sudden, all I hear is, woo, woo. And man, bro, the whole arena erupted. Everything went dark. And of course, they had a spotlight beaming on the boy. You know what I'm saying? Beaming on the boy. And then they projected his whole entire face. By the way, I gotta say, the screen that they had, I don't think it was a screen. It was some sort of projector that they had. Amazing, like high quality. Like I couldn't even I don't even know, bro. You could see every single detail, and they had it up there. Boom, and it was the boy, and he was coming out, bro. He was coming out with his boy Chubbs. Just pushing fans out of the way. Get out of my way. I'm here to perform. Boom. The stage is a square, and in that stage, in the middle of it, it's dropped down slowly but surely. Once Drake is heading towards the stage itself, boom, you see the couch come up. And I'm sure you guys have seen some videos of the tour by on TikTok or something. But when the middle of the stage goes up, it's basically his younger self sitting on the couch and him just walking towards the couch. And right off the bat, he plays the song off of Take Care. Right off the bat, this man is like literally all about his business. He comes to here to perform. He had a few words before he said anything, but right off the bat, sits down on the couch, and just starts singing from Take Care, bro. I can't remember exactly the name of it, but wow, bro, it was amazing. And right after that song, Guess what song he plays, guys? Guess what song he plays? Right off the bat, he plays Goes Into Marvin's Room. Boom. The boy did not come to play. He did not come to play, man. And the whole arena stood up, especially where we were. Everybody just stood up and started singing. I was so surprised because we had a set list. I don't have it on the top of my head, but there was a set list. I don't think Marvin's Room was one of the first ones to come out, but wow, man, I was so surprised because he got that one out of the way, man. Then banger after banger, then after banger, like another one after another one after another one, man. You would have swore DJ Khaled is there, bro. And then after that, there comes a very good song that everybody enjoys, one of my personal favorites as well, coming off the If You're Reading This Is Too Late, Jungle, man. Dude, once Jungle came on, man, you guys gotta understand, like, when artists say, man, I moved the whole building, or the whole building, the energy shifted in the building and everybody was connected all at once. I never really believed that or understood that, really. But when he played Jungle, I finally understood what that meant, dude. Everybody got up and was singing every single lyric from that fucking song, bro. Every single lyric, dude. Like, I couldn't believe the feeling that was going around. Everybody just felt connected. Everybody felt in unison, and he just shifted the entire crowd. He shifted the entire arena. The whole building was going crazy, bro. The whole building, the lights, everything. The whole performance was amazing. Drake was running up and down that thing. I can't even tell you how huge. From where I was sitting, it looked pretty small. But I'm sure when you were up close and personal with that, I don't know if he was running up and down, bro. That dude was jogging that shit, bro, jumping up and down, man. And this was like his fourth song, I think, fourth or fifth song. I can't exactly remember, but man, dude, he went crazy, bro. He went crazy. He went out of this world, dude. And I gotta say, dude, as far as like seeing someone perform, I never really felt such great like energy coming from everywhere and just everyone feeling that. I've been in some concerts and it's just chaotic, or it just feels like, I don't know if I'm not in the mood, but this time around, man, Drake definitely did his thing. And I was gonna say something about this as well, like seeing Drake in person had to kind of like change my perspective on everything that was going on in life, because once I saw him in person, it kind of humbled me in a little bit, because it's like, oh, you know, we see Drake at this like unreachable stature, right? We kind of glorify him in a way. At least I do. I don't want to speak for everybody else. And it's like when you get to see him, it's just like, oh man, he's just human. He's a human being. You know, and it made me realize like, whoa, dude, like all of us are just human beings. Like I hate to get like so philosophical here, but reality, it was just like, man, Drake's another guy, bro. It's Drake, and he is who he is, and it's just like he's another human being. It was like amazing to really have that self-realization of like, wow, this is just another guy. You know, he's heading to his job that he loves, and he's gonna be performing for all of us. Like, this is great, you know. So mad respect for him, mad respect. It's so badass to like see that and really get to experience that the entire. You know, it was definitely a moment in time and a moment in life that I don't think I can ever forget. And that is something that I'll keep for the rest of my life. The moment that synergy that everybody had in that moment, the fact of seeing Drake for the first time in my entire life in person, the fact that like you know, hearing all these hits that I've heard since I was a young guy, man, like you don't understand. Like I'm 25, so I grew up listening to Take Care. I grew up listening to If You're Reading This Is Too Late. You know, I grew up listening to like all of this, you know, music, and it was really amazing to experience that. And he did a performance that I could never even like imagine, you know, and he did a great, amazing job, you know, from Feel No Ways as well. You know, he did some things off of fucking Views. Views was one of those too, like Scorpion as well. Amazing. God's Plan. He did God's Plan by the end of it, dude. By the end of it. By the way, guys, this entire time I had to fucking go to the restroom. I had to go to the restroom so bad, but I had to hold it in. I had to hold it in, dude. And finally, he got to his last song, which was God's Plan. And wow, man, like I was like, man, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. I'm trying to hold it in, and I dipped, and that's when he was finally done with his set there. You know, luckily for me, you know, he was doing a speech, and I was able to go. I'm like, okay, I respect you, Drake, but I gotta go do this real quick. And so, you know, my adventure to the restroom. And oh man, bro, I gotta say, dude, I gotta say, people were definitely on the edge out here. Like when, not, I'm not saying everybody was an asshole. I'm not trying to say that, but a lot of people were kind of being dicks. I don't know if it was just kind of in the moment or that's kind of what society is at the time, or who knows, man. But like, don't ever stand outside of a restroom and then don't look at me crazy when I'm asking you, is there a line in there? I asked this guy. There was like three dudes is like lining up next to the restroom. I asked the dude, "Is this a line?" You know what I'm saying? Like, is this a fucking line? I didn't want to be rude and pass him. I could not give a shit in the first place. And man looks at me all crazy, like I'm such an idiot for asking him this, and I'm like, bro, like this dude is stupid. But whatever, man. Like I went in there, did my business, and it was pretty crazy. Another thing that ended up happening there was that I was wearing a belt, guys. I was wearing a belt. I had a few drinks inside me, so you know what? I decided to kind of loosen up the belt. So I took off my belt, but it was off, right? And so it kind of looked like, you know, I unbuckled my pants or I was doing some like sus shit, right? So then when I went to the restroom, I had to put my belt back on, but I couldn't do it in front of all these people, right? Because it looked kind of weird. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'm gonna fix this, right? So this was right after God's Plan. This was after the last song. And when you head towards your seating arrangement, you go through these curtains, right? And so nobody was around. I closed the curtains to fix my belt, right? And then in that moment when I'm fixing it, some dude and some girl opens the curtains. My guy, they're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck? This ain't my spot." And I'm like sitting there like a creep, right? I feel like I'm a creep. I know you're gonna say, why? Well, why did you unbuckle your belt, bro? Look, I just tried to loosen it up and it came unbuckled and I got comfortable. Whatever, you know, sue me. Who gives a shit? So then I was behind the curtains, right? Because I moved the curtain to get behind it so I could fix my belt. These men, right, like a second later, opens the curtains and his girl and this guy are like, what the fuck? What the hell? And I'm like sitting there shocked, right? I'm like sitting there shocked and I'm like, oh man, like I look like such a creep right now. I don't know what they thought. And I was like, no man, like I'm just trying to buckle my belt. And he was not listening at all. He didn't give a fuck. They just ended up walking. Such an awkward exchange. A lot of awkward moments had up in there, and it was so like crazy to like. It was like, what the fuck is going on, man? There's so many people here. I'm kind of tipsy. I'm a little drunk. You know, I have like 2 drinks in. Drake is over there finishing his ballads and melodies, and I'm over here like unbuckling my damn what do you call it? My belt, looking like a damn creep, but. You know, everything ended up working out, went to the restroom, whatever. Yeah, man, it was great. It was great. I gotta say, dude, a lot of those songs, he performed half of it. Some of those songs, he performed full of them. Most of the things, it was just kind of boom, 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 like one after another, after another, after another, after another. Like he has so many hits that he had to go through. And I'm not saying that it felt kind of rushed. I'm just saying that, you know, the whole songs weren't playing. Some did, some didn't, but overall, it was fantastic. Drake did an amazing job. He gave the crowd so much energy. It was so electrifying in there. Everybody singing every single word. Everybody feeling themselves, you know, including myself. And it had to be one of the greatest things I had to ever experience. The freaking lighting. It was just him, by the way. It was a one-man show when it came to his set, right? Because 21 came down later. But it was just him. It was no choreography. It was just good lighting. You know, fireworks were going off, music was going off. They actually had some set pieces of Virgil Abloh with the paper plane. He had that going on over there. I thought it was some sort of oh man, I don't know what it was. I thought it was not a hologram, but like a light that was kind of projecting it. No, but it's actually a whole thing they blow up. He had Peter Pan going around. I guess it was for one of his things. Oh, one of the most like memorable moments is him kind of taking an intermission during his like show right there. It wasn't a long one, so he was just kind of changing real quick. And he was kind of sitting in his bed watching Family Matters and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So it really reminded me of like when I was younger doing the same thing. So it was pretty crazy that he was kind of at that age watching the same shit we were watching at late at night, you know, how everybody did. George Lopez as well. You guys remember that? Overall, it was great. I had an amazing time. Shout out to my girlfriend once again for copying them tickets and able to get them. You know, the whole entire trip was amazing, and she really did her thing with that, you know. So right after that, Drake started talking. There's a slight intermission. My girl wanted some merch. You know, once we got there, the merch line was... We were actually going to get there and get into the merch line, but dude, The merch line wrapped around the whole building. You know, it wrapped around the whole building. So we were like, you know what? Let's see if we're able to get it or not. So when Hyunty was done, we headed downstairs. 21's projected to go in there, and Drake is kind of doing his thing in the DJ booth, kind of how like Central C was doing. You know, playing some of his other hits and not really performing them, just kind of playing them out, like remixes of them. You know, kind of taking the break. So we were like, you know what, let's get down there. The line wasn't too bad anymore. It was kind of long, but it was manageable. So we ended up sitting there, not sitting there. We ended up standing there for a while. During the line, as a matter of fact, 21 Savage ended up passing by. Well, hopefully I can find a freaking video of this because a lot of people were filming. Everybody kind of rushed towards that area trying to see him and stuff. He was passing by to get into the stage, and that was pretty cool. The fact that he kind of passed near us, that was amazing. So we ended up getting our merch. Boom, boom. 45 a shirt, 2 shirts. Got this shirt, which is his upcoming album. My girl got the one that it's like a green one. It says, I like what Drake likes. Ain't that the truth, though? Yeah, dude. We just went back up. 21 Savage already came on. He was playing some of his songs. 21 Savage was pretty cool, I think. It was alright. Not the huge fan of 21 Savage. I do like him in a lot of features. I do like a lot of his songs. They're okay. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy his performance or anything like that, but he was cool. He was cool. Drake came on, played some of their songs together. It was pretty cool. We're still kind of by the merch stand. We're hearing it though. Still experiencing the song. Still experiencing kind of the whole ambiance of the entire arena. Getting to meet some people. Getting to talk to them. Trying to get these shirts. And that's about it, man. Like we went back up, got our shirts. Let's see, Drake and 21 were about to like played a couple more songs. We were already getting tired. See, that's the thing about like the whole entire Drake set. I think if I had one thing to say about it is that, man, like that first block of the entire Drake, it tired me out, guys. It tired me out because I was singing it. I was singing some of the, I didn't know all the lyrics. So, when you start to sing some songs, you're like, da. You start saying some, you're not even saying words. You go, you know what I'm saying? When you're in the car or something like that. So, I was doing that. I was singing some of the lyrics that I didn't know. So I was kind of exhausted. One of the best ways I could explain it was that it's almost like eating like a piece of chocolate cake. You know how rich it is, full of sugar. But once you're done eating it, you're kind of full. You kind of feel a little bit like groggy and not feeling yourself. You're like, oh man, like that was so good. The sweetness, the chocolateness was amazing. But then it's like, oh man, like you have that moment of like, oh, I'm tired, I'm groggy. That's kind of how I felt. I felt like tired already. So by the time 21 and him came out, I was pretty much kind of like, okay, I'm kind of done here. By the way, I'm waiting by the merch line as well. Like it took a toll. Well, I was pretty much done, man. My girl was like, let's stay for a little more while, and I get it, Oh man, what a great experience it was at that Dallas show, man. What a great experience. I've never seen something like that in my life. I never felt something like that in my entire life, especially when Jungle came on. Like it was such worth every single time, money and put into it. Like Drake has to be one of the best performers, not in the sense of like the entire show, right? Like it's not like a choreographed show. It's not like this whole spectacle, but it is himself. He is the spectacle. It's just like amazing. I know I'm glazing right now, but you gotta understand, dude. This is crazy, and this is somebody I've looked up to since I was a kid. And shortly after that, me and my girl decided to head to the car. We're kind of done. We're tired already. I am a person who loves to give an Irish goodbye. I'm done. Bye. Not even mention anything. Let's just get out of here. Let's just get out of here before, I don't know how many fans were in there. I think it was a sold out show before they start rushing. And we did. We got out of there, and that was pretty much it. We got out of there. We got home safely, got some canes, some Raising Canes, if you guys know what that is. And we headed home. What an amazing night. What amazing experience I had. Hopefully Drake and whoever it is next time he travels with, or maybe he's just himself, we get to catch him again, because I would love to do that again, man. I would love to do that again. So yeah, that's about it.